All right, what is up, guys? I went to do a video over something that's honestly pretty highly debated, and I've given my opinion before on stream, and I've maybe even mentioned it in videos before. However, I've never done like a full, official video about this. And the topic I want to cover is Gold Gear. Not specifically any particular piece, but there are some pieces that are much better than others that I will probably focus on a bit more. And I'm sure, as you know, most of you can imagine, golden cloaks are the #1 offender. So most people say gold gear is way too OP. You know, if you fight somebody that's in gold gear and you're not, can't win, which isn't true. Gold gear can definitely be beaten, and most pieces of gold gear don't have anything. Obviously, that's why the cloak is the outlier here. That's why I think it's the most broken. Most pieces of gold gear don't have anything that a purple can't have, right? Or, you know, a legendary normal piece of gear that's not gold. Like, sure, they have, like, you know, the magic res or the luck or whatever, but that doesn't, you know, that's, like, cool, but it doesn't really matter for the most part. However, just to establish this as a baseline, the most broken part about golden gear, it's it's not that it's a legendary item, it's not that it has luck, it's not that it has magic damage reduction. Honestly, it's not even that the gold cloak rolls +3 all. The most broken part about legendary gear, and the thing that I believe needs to be changed the absolute most, is the fact, let me pull it up really quick, that I can go in here and I can look at my crafts, and every 30 minutes this refreshes and I can look at the rolls on these and decide whether or not I want to craft it. I can do this. And the thing is, I say gold gear, I don't even just mean like, like gold armor, gold cloak, gold leather. I'm including legendary weapons in this, like the gold weapons you can craft, like Falchion of Honor, Centaurs, Troll's Bane, Voidblood, all of these. I include all of these. So every 30 minutes, I can load up, I can look at this, and I can wait. I can get all the materials away. I can get my Falchion of Honor, or my Rusty Broken Swords, my Token of Honor, Purple Falchion. I can get all these, and I can wait until the rolls I want pops up, and bam, I just crafted a perfect rolled legendary item that normally you would have to grind and grind and grind for and hope it drops from a boss or hope it drops from a chest, like a hell chest. And the chances you get one, it's low, and the chance you get a really good one is even lower. However, I don't need to do that because every 30 minutes, my shop refreshes, and I can check that. I quest on multiple characters, every 30 minutes, 2 shop refreshes. Collector's Guild. I'm sure many of you are familiar with it. You go in there, they literally have a channel that's dedicated to craft gear. So every 30 minutes, they'll check their crafts. If it's really good, but they don't want it, they'll, screenshot it, post it in there, craft it for a fee. So basically, everyone gets, not everyone, but most people get access to this really, really OP gear and these perfect rolled pieces that normally would be much, much harder to get. And that leads to a really big gear disparity between a lot of people, because then you have this thing of people that can get gold gear, people that are good enough or rich enough to get the gold gear, and the people that don't. And now, like I said, I'm not saying gold gear is so broken that you can't beat it. However, chances are people that can get it are already good players, so it's just giving them a leg up on people that can't. And yeah, if there's a good player in purple gear versus a bad player in gold, the purple gear is probably going to win. However, gear disparity has been something that's been in this game for a while, and it's been a really big issue. And like I said, I think for the most part, it's because it's not all gold gear. Some pieces are bad. Like, for example, golden plate pants, golden gauntlets, no one's going to wear these. These things are awful. They're really, really bad. However, golden robe, golden leaf hood, golden scarf, golden padded tunic. These are all insane. The golden boots, like the golden, heavy boots you can craft. Those are all insane pieces. And specifically, I think the worst offenders, other than the golden cloak, are these two right here: the golden robe and the golden leaf hood. So, the #1 reason is these things roll vigor as a base, right? 5 vig here, which, first of all, this crafts out of the forest hood, and a forest hood has strength as a base, so that doesn't even make sense they swapped it over to vigor. It's dumb. I mean, I get it, because the people that use it don't use strength. However, just give them a different stat. Give them knowledge or something. Don't give them vig. This right here, same thing. However, the base it rolls does have a cultist robe. I believe does roll vig as its base. I could double check that really quick just to not look like an idiot, but I'm 90% sure it does. Yep, these roll vig as a base. However, then on top of it having 5 vig, it only has a -5 movement speed penalty, 50 MR, and 37 armor rating with the 1.5 magic damage reduction that Gold Gear has. This piece of gear right here, completely ignoring, the 5 Vig or the fact you can pick rolls, just the base stats for armor, MR, move speed are insane. Only having 5 move speed for this armor, for example, the padded tunic has 41 armor rating, no MR, and it's minus 12. This has 4 less armor rating, 50 MR, and it is over 2% movement speed faster when you have this equipped. And this is strength. Strength is a significantly worse stat than vigor. It's way worse. Strength gives you 5% damage and a tiny bit of HP. 5 Vig's gonna give you 8 HP. And most people are gonna choose this. And this right here, these 3 pieces of gear, Golden Cloak, Golden Robe, and Golden Leaf Hood, they are the reason. Well, they're not the sole reason, but they are one of the biggest reasons behind us being in the meta where Warlock was insanely broken. It's because they had a ton of stats, and they were really fast and really, really hard to kill. And I mean, I think you're okay, is this just a video of you just complaining about, Gold Gear and how OP it is, because we all know that. No, it's not. I actually want to propose an idea to fix it, which I guess you'll see in the title. You won't know before, but you'll see in the title. But anyways, so a few things. One, Golden Cloak. Like I said, so I have a problem with the Golden Cloak, not even because it makes Warlock broken or makes Wizard broken or makes anything broken. Not because it makes any class broken. Because, so any class can wear this, right? Every single class in the game can wear this. And it gives 3 of all attributes. That is Strength, Vig, Agi, Knowledge, Will, Dex. That all? Hold on. Let me do my math. And what did I forget? Resourcefulness. Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 7 stats. This piece of gear right here is giving you 3 into everything. It is giving you 21 stats for 1 piece of gear. If I were to equip a normal cloak, let's say I equip a knowledge cloak that rolls 5, I could get 5 of a stat. That is 21 stats versus 5. Now, I'm not the best at math, but 21 is a lot bigger of a number than 5. And so, like I was saying, anyone can wear this. So because this is so OP and it's so many stats, and the fact that anyone can wear this, everyone has to wear it if you want to have a good kit. Every single person you see in gold, 9 times out of 10, if they even have 1 piece of gold, it'll be the Golden Cloak because of how good it is. The Golden Cloak can have 4 dead rolls, and it will pretty much always be better than any other cloak in the game, just because of the +3 all. Now, that is just insane. And yeah, I know a lot of people are okay, well, it's +3 all, so is the Golden Scarf. Okay, the problem with this is, well, not the problem, but the reason it's not as good as the Golden Cloak, only Rangers and Rogues can wear this. Rogues already have access to the Shadow Hood, which gives them 3 all, and Rangers getting 3 all, it's not the worst. The biggest problem with 3 all is certain classes use it better than others. For example, physical damage classes don't use Knowledge, they don't use Will, and Resourcefulness is basically a fake stat. However, magic classes, they use Knowledge, they use Will, they use Agi, they use Vig, and Strength even gives them a little bit of HP. So the amount of, and they can even use Dex Strength or Resourcefulness, because generally Resourcefulness is low, so they can open doors and stuff faster. However, this is kind of a dead stat. But the thing is, the value that you get out of it compared to other classes is it's very imbalanced. So everybody has to wear it because it's the best, but it's significantly better for some people than it is for others. It's the same issue we've ran into before with +3 all meta. Certain classes benefited from +3 all way more. But like I was saying, I just fundamentally have an issue with having 1 piece of gear that everyone has to wear as the best piece of gear. I don't like it. I don't think it's good. I'm someone who enjoys build diversity and having all these different things you can build. And then when you get one item that's okay, everyone has to wear this. It's just dumb. I mean, then you can make an argument oh, well, everyone wears, golden robes or golden padded tunics or golden scarves or, fighters only use falchion. There's no diversity there. Yes, but that is just within class. This is something that transcends classes. Every single class has to use this. Doesn't matter which class you are. It doesn't matter what. When Druid comes out, Druid's going to want to use a Golden Cloak. It doesn't matter anything. You don't need to know anything about the class to know Golden Cloak will be the best for it just because of how broken it is. And that's why I think the number one thing I want is either remove it from the game entirely or nerf it down to either 1 all or 2 all. Honestly, I would personally prefer 1-all. And because then, if you got a really BIS one with good rolls, it would still maybe be usable. It's good for some characters, like a Bard, for example, could use it, but it wouldn't be BIS for everyone. However, at 3-all, like I said, just way too strong. Even at 2-all, I feel like it would be a little bit too strong. But it's like, that's where we're like pushing the limit. 2-all they could try 2-all, and I don't think I would hate it. I think the problem is it would still just be a bit too good, and everyone would mostly want to wear it. And I just don't like that. I want it to be in a spot where it's wearable by some people, and if you have a really good one, yeah, you want to put it on. But I don't want it to be like every class is like, oh, I have to get a golden cloak because I have to wear it. I don't care if it's like not that good rolled. I have to wear it because how broken it is. And then moving on to other pieces, like I said, I don't really mind the golden scarf. Personally, I don't like 3-all as a stat. I think that this should be nerfed down to 2-all as well. I think 2-all is definitely fine for this, nerfed to Shadow Hood as well. But I mean, I just don't like 3-all. I think it's a really stupid stat to have in the game. I don't like all attributes in general. It's dumb. We've been through so many like metas of trying 3-all, and every single time it's been incredibly OP, and I think even now it's OP, that I just throw the stat away. You tried it, it doesn't work. I don't think it feels good. Having to get 3-all in a piece of gear because of how broken it is just is not an enjoyable experience. It makes it so it's impossible for any other piece of gear that doesn't have all attributes to compete with it, because it's like, oh, I could wear I don't even know what the name of the gear is, but I could wear like a 5 dex helmet, or I could get 3 dex and then 3 of everything else too. So, it's kind of dumb. But other than that, I think the number one change they can make that would make Golden Gear not as broken is, if you guys are old players, you're going to remember this. Craft gear, when Ruby Silver came out, for example, you couldn't see the rolls on the gear you were going to craft. And a lot of people didn't like it, and they weren't crafting gear. Well, some people were, but they weren't crafting gear because they changed it, because then it's like, oh, why am I going to waste my resources on a piece of gear I don't even know how good it's going to be? However, that's fine, I think. It's, if you don't know, like, it could be really good. It's like looting an item off a body. I don't know how good it's going to be before I look at it. Am I spending resources on it? No, but that's the thing. You're getting free access to legendary weapons or legendary armor, and you get to pick your rolls. Like, there's like no trade-off. It's like, okay, yeah, I have to spend 13 gold powder. That's what, 26 gold ore? I can literally get that in 2 to 3 ruins runs. Like, it doesn't take long at all to get that. If I go HR, in trios, and I loot the whole map, I can maybe get it in 1 run. So I'm spending 1 run to guarantee I can get access to Abyss piece of gear. Like Abyss legendary piece of gear. I could have everything I need to craft a completely BIS kit within the first day of wipe if I just went and mined gold. You can say, well, you have to quest to get access to it. Yeah, I do. But after that, questing's not hard. It doesn't take too long. Sure, this quest applies some RNG. However, after a week or 2, I can craft perfect in-game gear. In a wipe that's supposed to be 3 months, I have it 2 weeks in. 2 weeks in. And even if I don't finish it, somebody will finish it, and I can just pay them to craft it for me. So, it's just, I don't like it. I don't like how easy it is to get gear that's this good. And then a lot of people are going to disagree with me and be like, oh, well, it just makes it harder for, normal players that aren't, Giga Sweats like you. They're going to play 24 hours a day to get the gear. But that's the thing, though. Having these roles only hurts players like that, because people that play a shit ton like me, or have a shit ton of money, or just are really good, they're going to have way more of this gear. And they're going to be running it 24/7. That's why you've seen most, streamers and most good teams have been running full gold gear since, 2-3 weeks into the wipe. And they've been running it 24/7 for the rest of the wipe. And that's all they've ran. That's pretty much all. And so then you have a ton of people complaining, oh, I have gold gear people in my lobby. Because the thing is, it's just not hard to get. Especially now at the end of the wipe, I could start a fresh character and have a full set of good gold gear in, probably 3 or 4 days on the absolute most. Would I craft it all myself? Maybe not, but I can just use the Collector's Discord the same way anyone else can and have somebody else craft it for me. And I could be in, Wanderer level lobbies in full BIS gold, and people are like, oh, you're just smurfing or whatever. No, I literally could have just got that, because that's how easy it is to get for someone that, that's really good at the game and knows what they're doing. However, those casual players, they're not going to be the same way, whether because they're not going to have quests done or whatever. But I think restricting the gold gear and either making it worse or making it harder to get is definitely something that needs to happen. Just as a base, I think nerfing Golden Robe. Other than Golden Cloak, Golden Robe is the thing I have the biggest issue with. Just the base stats are way too insane. I literally compared it to this. You guys see the stats. It's ridiculous. Why? Just why? But other than that, I think randomizing the rolls is good. There are a few ways you could go about this. Either you could full randomize the rolls on the gear, you could partially do it, so maybe you could see like 1 or 2 rolls, or make it so you can do quests to unlock the ability to see certain rolls. Like whenever you just get access to it, all the rolls are random. If you do like the next 2 quests, you unlock the ability to see 2 rolls on the gear. So then when you craft it, like, oh, it has I see 2 dex magical interaction speed, and I don't see the other 2 rolls. I'm like, okay, I don't want to craft this. I'll wait till I see a good one. But this one, for example, like, where's it at? Like, 2 additional memcap, 2 true magic damage. Oh, I might want to craft this, and then I craft it, and it's shit because it rolls interaction speed, magical damage reduction, right? Like, that'd be fine. And then, so at least you're not getting something that's completely worthless, but it's RNG whether or not it's actually going to be BIS, which is cool. Like, and it works the exact same way for the weapons. Like, exact same way. 3 magic power, 2 max health bonus. I'm not going to craft this. Because you can also, for weapons, it's a bit different. Because you also see the base stats of weapons, which plays a factor into crafting. So even if this is BIS rolled with 45 weapon damage, I'm probably not going to craft it because, it's just way worse. But other than that, the problem is that the thing is, it's not that gold gear in particular is broken. Because, like I said before, some pieces are bad. Golden plate pants, golden plate, golden gauntlets, like these just aren't good pieces. Even though they're gold, they're not broken. The broken part lies usually in the piece of gear it is and the stats it rolls. Like I said, these roll 5 big, broken. These rolls 3 all, broken. This is like isn't too broken. I think golden padded tunic's relatively fine. I think golden scarf's a bit too strong. Like I said before, I think nerf it down to 2 all and we'd be fine. Same with golden cloak, but golden cloak maybe goes down to 1 all. But other than that, the thing is, the other craft gear that you can make isn't super broken. For example, like, tri-pelts, ruby silver doublets. These are both very good, not broken, even though you can see the rolls because these are only blue items. So, that's 2 rolls less even. They have 1 innate roll, so, like max health bonus here, 1% PDR here. So they're not as broken, they are still very good. However you do these, like, the randomizing of, because the thing is, you don't have to full randomize every piece of gear, right? Like, I don't need to not know what the rolls of my copper light outfit are because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter if I know I'm getting a BIS green copper light outfit because it's not that good. However, like I said, for these other pieces of gear, I definitely think randomizing rolls would be the best thing they could do, or make it much harder to get them. I think that's another way to go about it. But even then, that's kind of just like delaying the issue. Like, just making gold gear harder to get is just, all that does is it makes people, they're just going to grind harder for it. The first people that get it are going to get way richer because less people have it. And they're just going to dominate even harder. Because the thing is, just making something harder to get doesn't nerf it. It just means whenever the people finally do get it, they're going to be even more broken when they have access to it. But other than that, not really a ton to say. Like I said, couple things that need to happen for gold gear. I for one just think crafted gear is OP. I don't like the fact that you can even craft up to legendary gear. If it stopped at purple, I think that would have been better. I think the legendary gear is just too good, and I think the higher tier of gear, like like legendary, unique, should be reserved for finding it in the dungeon. I think that's just a way more enjoyable experience. Because now if I find a legendary, like I just don't even care. Like, unless I get insanely lucky, and it's like, oh, just some random legendary that I could craft better than, like, 100%. And especially considering there's so much of the golden gear. Like, you can craft pretty much a full gold kit for any class in the game. So it's like, why would I ever take anything out of the dungeon? Like, it's just, I'm never going to need any, like, the legendary gear out of the dungeon. If I'm a rogue or, like, ranger, golden padded tunic, heavy boots, golden gloves, golden mask, and then my legs, maybe I wear, maybe I put some normal legs on, like cloth pants or something, right? But like I said, it's just dumb. The gold gear overall is way too good, and it's way too all-encompassing for the meta that I definitely think they need to do something about it. Or it just feels a little stale, right? Like I said, everybody all using the same gear just feels a little stale. I'm gonna switch it up. Nerf some things, change some things, maybe add new things. I don't know. But anyways, that'll be the video. If you guys, agree, disagree, feel free to comment down below. As always, I enjoy reading the comments, and I reply to a significant portion of them. Some I don't, but I will read it. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And if not, oh well. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.